live on the Wendy Williams Show. Today is in the top 10, one of my favorite days in my entire existence for private reasons. So let's get started. I'm ready to give it to you good. It's time for Hot Topics. So, Hanukkah begins tonight at sundown. Happy Hanukkah to everybody celebrating, all of our Jewish friends. In Tennessee. Okay. Well, it's horrible. We were talking about this young boy, Keaton, yesterday, building him up. I cried and dabbed with a toothpick. People are donating money and tickets to his cause. Only today to find out, or later on yesterday actually, to find out that his mom is being accused of being a racist and exploiting him for money. So this is Keaton, and you know, he's only 11 years old. So his mom's name is Keaton Jones. And Kimberly has a Facebook page and showed her family on the Facebook page holding, well, here's the picture. Let's not forget the one with the gun. And there's Keaton. Now look, these are children, you all. They learn this rotten behavior from up top. They learn this from the parents. Keaton should not suffer because of this. Then she's also reported to allegedly have spoken out against Black Lives Matter, saying Black lives don't matter. Meanwhile, half the people doing stuff for Keaton are Black people. So she goes on CBS this morning. You take a look.
The only two photos on my entire planet that I'm anywhere near a Confederate flag. It was ironic. It was funny.
It didn't have anything to do with racist intent.
No, absolutely not. I've said I spent most of my life being bullied and judged because I wasn't racist.
So who are her friends? The mom, Kimberly, should not have recorded that video knowing that she's got a history on her social media. She shouldn't have done it. And even though, according to her, 11-year-old Keaton wanted her to record it because he was being bullied at school, mom should have known better that she's got, okay, well, let me see. The spot's gonna be blown up. I spoke against Black Lives Matter. We got Confederate flags and guns going on. We're in Tennessee. You know, I've got friends that bully me because I'm not a racist. Kimberly was also accused of trying to profit financially off of her son, financially. Here she goes. She set up a GoFundMe page. It went viral. $58,000. Boom! 58,000 bucks. Then this MMA fighter, his name is Joel Schilling. He's cute. Yeah. He spoke out against the mom. We can't play the video for whatever reason, but I saw the video, and what he was saying basically is, you know, he spoke to the mother personally, and he's speaking to us now through this video in disgust, like, man, all I wanted to do was have Keaton come to an MMA fight and enjoy, the MMA experience. And the mom said, in a nutshell, we don't want the tickets, we need money. We want money. So, what, for a blowout, Kimberly? A Gucci bag, Kimberly? What you need money for, Kimberly? Kimberly's mom says that she's never said this, but this man at the MMA, he's got no reason to lie. Her GoFundMe account, then there's another GoFundMe account set up by a stranger. The stranger's one raised $58,000. Hers, I don't know what it's raised, but both have been frozen. The thing that sucks is that a lot of people might say, well, forget Keaton and forget the mom and the whole bit, but I think that this is like one of those moments where we can combat racism through still forging ahead and helping this boy in whatever way people see fit. Rihanna and LeBron and you all go on and help him out. But don't give the money to the mother, Don't give the money to him. Her. You set up a college fund for him without her name being on it. Rihanna, you be the executor of the college fund. Who else is helping out? Anyway, a bunch of stars are helping out, but the boy shouldn't suffer. But the mom is a real piece of work. Bethenny Frankel is being sued by her ex, Jason. Or, excuse me, she's suing him, Jason. Oh, yeah. Married for 4 years. The divorce took the most. They have their 7-year-old daughter, Bryn. In 2014, Jason and Bethenny agreed to share custody of Bryn, but Bethenny has now reopened the case. For whatever reason, I don't know. Now, Bryn, 7, that's when you're in 1st or 2nd grade, right? So she knows stuff, Bryn does. Anyway, ugh. I don't think that she's doing this out of spite. There's got to be something going on. By the way, she's back with Dennis. They broke up, but now they're back together. So Bethenny's got the boyfriend. Bethenny's got the money. Bethenny's got Bryn. Bethenny's got a life. I read Page 6 here in New York. I see nothing about Jason having another job in pharmaceuticals. I don't know that he's working. I see nothing about him dating, squiring around Manhattan socialites and stuff. I think he's tainted. In a Dracula kind of way. Because at least we knew who she was when she was on TV. Like, oh. But he deceived us. Young man from Pennsylvania with 2 cute parents. Here to, be the chill side of an otherwise very aggressive woman. Only for him to turn out to be a monster. He's a monster. Well, she wants sole custody. There's got to be something behind this. I don't think it's out of spite. They're due back in court in January. We'll be following the story. Chris Bosh's mother. This is the story that keeps on giving. I was so disturbed by this because I don't know much about Chris Bosh. I'm not a Heat, but my parents are. So, they were here yesterday and, they were talking, behind the scenes about the charitable stuff that he does in Miami, and he's got this wife and they've got their kids, and, he keeps his nose clean and is never, he's not one of those bad guys. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. So it's oh, and by the way, I didn't know the reason that he wasn't playing. Apparently he's got some sort of blood disorder, so he'll never play again. Yeah. But my parents say he's well-spoken. I've never heard him speak. So maybe he can be a sportscaster or something like that. And I don't think that his mom's alleged activities should weigh on whether or not he goes on and is perceived as a decent man. He's a decent man. Okay. So the mom, Frida, is speaking out, saying that she's no drug dealer. Well, we told you yesterday that Chris Bosh's mom was a suspected drug trafficker. We mentioned crack, and now we find out heroin. What the ingrate is going on? Allegedly out of a home in Texas owned by Chris. But this is not Chris's problem, this is Frida's situation. So she's sitting with her son Joel, who looks just like Chris, for TMZ Sports. Take a look at them justifying while Frida ticks.
This is a home that my son and I built together like 12 years ago. And he's evicting me. Chris is evicting me from my home. Because he's evicting me in the last 3 months, I had to take in tenants.
And they just want to kind of clear my mother's name from anything like, you know, heroin and crack and trafficking. Like, it's really ridiculous.
So what do you think? First of all, you can't take tenants in a residential neighborhood. So you're implicating yourself of something else. Imagine if you own a house, you know, on Main Street. It's your house, the Smith's house, the Johnsons live next door. Next thing you know, somebody's taking in all these tenants. Were they tenants or traffickers? And who's your social circle? And Joel, what's your role in all this? And Frida, what's up with you? For real. For real. Not saying anything, I'm just saying. I couldn't show you the house. I told you yesterday, it's a beautiful house. Soaring windows, beautiful modern. The mom and Chris allegedly haven't spoken in 5 years, so that should be some indication as to what kind of guy he is. He might not be speaking with his mom, but he's still putting a roof over her head. You know, he might not speak with his mom, but... And you know, in that particular position, you might not speak with your mom, but if it's the difference between your mom being an alleged drug dealer or not, then you send your mom some money just to keep her out of the situation. But then you have Joel whispering in mom's ear. You know, there's always that sibling. I'm disgusted. So there's a teen star whose dad may have hurt his career. See what these parents do? We go from Frida, Kim with Keaton, and now this, another parent. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Sunday night's episode of Walking Dead, then you might want to close your ears. Do you watch that show? Clap if you do. All right. Chandler Riggs is killed off this week. He plays Carl. I spoiled and alerted. Yay. Well, all right, he's 18 years old. And he was blindsided and devastated by losing his job. So his dad, William, jumped in and was very upset with the executive producer, Scott Gimple, on Facebook saying, watching Gimple fire my son 2 weeks before his 18th birthday after telling him that they wanted him for the next 3 years was disappointing. I never trusted Gimple or AMC. Well, you know what, Pops? Welcome to real life. And you know, It's fantastic. It's fantastic that Chandler had a successful career with Walking Dead, and he was some sort of child actor before, although I don't know exactly what he child and acted in, but cute, right? But this is what happens when you put your kids out there in the adult world, they get treated like adults. That's why Chandler might have done well if he just stayed in school until, you know, as opposed to going on auditions. So now here goes Chandler, when they tell him, you know, oh, you know, we love you here, you're around for the next 3 years. I guess the paperwork wasn't done, so it was just chatter. Here he goes, he went out and bought a house near where the show films in Atlanta. And now he's out of a job. Well, it's not Chandler's fault. This is Dad's fault. You know, because Chandler's only 18, he still needs guidance. Like, son, you know, don't jump out of the window with something crazy. Maybe you don't want a house. Maybe you just want to rent a condo. You're here for 3 years. Let's just see how this goes. Is Atlanta where you want to be after the show gets canceled, or, you know, if you get fired? You know, what's the deal? The father looks a little bit older. Maybe he doesn't understand that social media is very powerful, and you've put this out here, Pops. And so now, you know, now we all know. Good luck, Chandler. I can't wait to meet the Cromarties, honestly. Kids. Well, I'll break it down when they come out. But yeah, no, she's not the only mother. Otherwise, Al, right? Right? Anyway, so Paris Hilton is throwing shade at Lindsay Lohan. Which why, Paris? We know you're Paris International. Lindsay is Paris down there, trying to come up. Anyway, do you remember 11 years ago, there was this epic picture of Paris, Lindsay, and Britney Spears captured in the car. These are the super friends. Doggone it, this is like the Mount Rushmore of Hot Topics. Okay, so Paris set the record straight about what happened back then with this picture. Take a look.
It was just Britt and I out, and then she just like chased us to the car and got in. She wasn't invited.
At what point do you say to Lindsay Lohan, I'm so sorry, babe, you're gonna have to get out?
You're not on the list.
I mean, I think she's doing well in Mykonos now, so.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I do believe what she's saying. Paris is driving. Britney looks frightened and lost, as usual. And it does look like this girl just insinuated herself in the car, right? Yeah. This is a two-seater car. It looks like scooch over. I want insies. So, all right, Paris, but you're kicking her while she's still down. You know she's still down. All right.